And we're back, hopefully. But shut off for a while. Latency is very bad still. Check some settings. Be right back. Hopefully this is better. Thanks for coming back. No idea what happened. The internet couldn't connect, or Twitch, OBS couldn't connect to Twitch, and then after that, just died. Oh, okay. Seems alright now, but that was a really bad lag spike. I guess, if you can call it a lag spike. Everything went down. Right. All my bots, all my streaming stuff all went off. That sucks though. Sorry for the interruption. Seems stable now, hopefully. We can continue.
Not ready yet.
Got to. I'm so worried that everything will just fall off again, fall off the rails again. Okay, let's just do a little test bed to see, just run to see whether anything lightning is not too bad. Right, seems okay. I say seems, we shall see.
Need more time.
So continue. So there's a champion pack here. Going. And to shot that. Ah, forests. I like forests a lot. Kill all of them here. We have a champion pack here. I was quite laggy yesterday, but not to this extent. Not sure why. Maybe it's because it's Easter Sunday and people are at home and have nothing to do. And tomorrow's sort of like a public holiday as well here. So, you know, people are staying up. That's the only reason I can think of. But still, that shouldn't be that bad. Again, you know, maybe as it gets later in the night, more people get, sleepy, go to bed, it'll be more stable then. Right now it seems okay. So let's hope and pray that this will continue to be good. Oh, see that meteor? Haha. Right, am I missing? Oh, yes. Yeah. Triple A for this, or rather the A part of this map. You gain a lot of, you can drag all the mobs down to a pylon somewhere. Get quite a lot of progression as well. Here, you just sit here. Decent. Okay. Maybe we have to back down to 110.
My name is Earth. Let's see what we can do.
I'm not sure. Still
Not
undecided.
ready yet.
Oh, 6.
Need more time. I am returning to town. Not ready yet.
Well, we are 1640. We could technically try,
I'm still
guess, at
waiting.
1650 for another push. At the latency seems alright. Let's just finish this set off first at 115. Jump it back here. I think 115 or the elite packs or the champion packs will have Waller, and that's very irritating. I could progressively go 1 GR down and see what affixes they have, because the only thing that's really annoying is the walling. Other than that, everything else is doable. Yeah, and we can min-max sort of like, the maximum of speed versus XP gain. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. Starting from now, go down by 1 GR level and look at what the... Yeah, all of them have Waller. Very irritating. Yeah, welcome back all those you who came back. Thanks for the support. Technical issues, technical issues. People using too much bandwidth in my area. Alternatively, I could try to get a new network card or Wi-Fi card to see whether that helps. My Wi-Fi card's kind of old. Yeah, it's been giving me some problems lately as well because of this. That could be a problem I could solve. I'll see. See whether I can save up enough for that. I mean, it's not too expensive, so yeah, I might do that. Would be a quick fix. Oh, right. Nice map. Feedback came late. Yes, I am not a fan of the Waller. fix. Right, we need to
I am returning to town.
gamble will be 1 flat shot's worth.
Need more
Fate
time.
smiles on you today. What a steal. Hello.
Hello.
I'm still waiting.
6.
Not ready yet. Returning to town. I have more control now.
Okay, so we need to gamble. Yes. What's that? Interesting little thingamajig. Gainya na kashu. Okay, right. That's a mofu. A monk item. Oh yeah, I got 2 hamburgers. Aha. I got no space. Okay, put this in the visit slot. I really need to get rid of a lot of stuff. Just keeping them for nothing. Right, gambling time.
Could happen. Don't forget, luck always changes. What a steal.
I can't carry any more.
Are you ready? What a steal.
Keep going.
My
I didn't
pack
even
is
know I
full.
had that thing. You look like you could use a new item of, well, isn't that nice?
I'm overburdened.
Let's see what happens, shall we?
See you soon.
What
I
a
cannot
steal.
afford that.
Cannot afford that. Even an ancient. Alright. Cool. Alright. What are we gonna do? We are going to set it down by 1 level. And see what affixes they have. Oh, not these. Oh, they still have wallet. Ah, okay, so that's doable. Go, goes. Okay. Still pretty smooth. Stay dead in here. Stay dead. Oh, get me out of here. The bad for us, but it's alright. Seems more stable so far. Touch wood. Hello, Coco. Ah, barracks. Okay. So far, so good. Would like to exit this map faster. Yeah. Chill, haha. So much for your molten. Okay, less chances of getting Waller. So that's not too bad. Just stick to 114 to farm. Oh no, as I said that this guy spawned with Waller as well. Not that much faster, but again, it's XP versus speed, right? See what else we can turn up to 106. Oh.
Not ready yet.
Oh yes, it's 90%. Lost on the 90% roll. Alright, okay. Okay,
Need more time.
just make sure everything's sort of like at the same level.
I'll satisfy ready yet.
Seems fine. Have 69.
I'm still waiting.
More keys. Okay, things smooth. Yes, Waller. No, he does not. Okay. Armor 4 seems more doable than 5, simply because of that one affix. Going, keep going. Because we got shield, we don't care. Come back here, yes, thank you. Here. Go course. Next level. Bad, not too bad. It is not as fast, obviously, than 110, but is progressing at a very good pace. This can be a sweet spot, I guess, for us to farm at. Melon Lords. Puff. And they block a lot of the screen. Yeah, close to 30 minutes is good. To make sure my levels are fine, everything is fine. To be more stable on this connection, so maybe I'll stick to this one for now. Alright. This one. Oh, 106. And then from here we can probably
I need to go back.
get the lower ones as well.
I've become stronger.
That's like Crusader Helm if I believe. Oh, good. Yep. Rather like I won't be playing Crusader, so yeah. Probably clear out the Crusader tab in the stash. Get more of like, because like they've given me so many drops that you know doesn't really make sense
You look like you could
to
use a new item I'm still
keep
using
stuff
useful.
when they're gonna play it, right? Can't have the pack rat mentality in this game, I guess. Yeah, yeah. In here. There you are. Champion pack. Up. And across. Didn't. Speed. Kill the spinnies. Spinnies are dangerous. Ooh, violent. With another champion pack. Bring it. And they'll die. See them coming. Pack 2 packs here. Yeah, there's a lot less wallers, just by 1 GR difference. So I'm gonna stick to this GR level. Seems that we're killing them about the same time as 110s pretty much. Might as well just keep doing this. Last pack, and then after that we're about to spawn. They've got shield, we just sit here. Unless that spawns. Red circles are good.
Need more time.
Ooh, getting so fast. Right,
I may
done
be
with this.
not ready yet.
I think it's 106. Continue on this.
Need more time to talk. I have no control.
1646 now. One more run. Speed from our potion. That's not too bad. Have to look for the this round opening area. So the trick behind this is where you enter, the direction that you enter. The exit is always directly opposite, like here. So always remember that, so that you won't get lost and you won't get into a dead end. So we had 1 champion pack, a 2nd champion pack here. We have shielding, so we have to wait a while. There you go. champion here, get the channeling, so we are inbound in a way. We'll have to keep, if you can see I'm using my skills, like, as soon as I can, spamming skills. Positive discipline and going down. Some moltens, they'll explode. To be fair, it's a lot more busy. Like I have to keep watching the screen. Right, versus 110s. 110s I can literally just take my eye off it and I won't be afraid that I'll die. But more XP. More XP is required. Level up faster. Oppressor is somewhere there. Nope, a different one. Doesn't matter. We wrote 3 minutes for this one.
Not ready yet. I need to go back.
So weight it down to 113 maybe? It's a possibility.
I'm still waiting that night.
You'll have a gem.
Well, we can finish this set.
Need more time. I need to go back. Not ready yet.
I'm still waiting.
Right. Good. Don't need this. Too many of those.
Not ready yet.
Crowded mask. The wizard. Now we can keep it. Oh no, it's not part of the set that I'm gonna use if I were to play wizard, so it goes. Right, now,
Don't be shy.
let's see,
Not ready yet.
what the boots? Yeah, might as well. Good.
Need more time.
Ooh, that's nice. Can I have it back?
Dala is probably unhappy after yesterday. Probably gonna
Still
give me a
waiting.
lot of
What a steal.
yellows and nothing else.
Need more time.
Do come back again. What a steal.
I am not wrong. He's not happy.
Not ready yet.
My father was a great man. Well, isn't that nice?
Useless, useless, useless. Good enough.
Need more
I
time.
will charge something.
Not ready yet.
A sip of water, not juice in this case. Go down by 1 level.
I'm still waiting.
Hey there, Grassman66, thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. I had a little hiccup with my stream disconnecting midway, but we're back on track right now. Just farming some GRs for levels so that we can try push maybe later on in the stream. Hope you enjoy, and thanks for dropping by. Saying hi. how was your day? Or rather, do you play Diablo much? Yes, this 113 seems so difficult rather than the 114. Very interesting. Oh, no, I'll never say that. No, as long as you're enjoying the game, I feel that you shouldn't be, saying things like mediocre and stuff like that, Because as long as you have something to take out of the game, and that's all good, I feel. Like, you don't have to be, farming paragons and stuff like that, like I am, But I find that if you truly just take it as play as a game, it's time well spent, alright? So, I see. It's not legendaries though. They don't drop the legendaries. It's hold on. I mean, it's not double legendaries. What they mean by it is there's a double chance of gambling a legendary for the Kadala. That's what they mean by double. If you finish the altar for this season and Kadala drops you the primal, then you get 2. Yeah, so that's the difference when they mean by double. It's not exactly double legendaries. There's a chance of it getting more. Although, when they say double, I've yet to... I've still had very bad RNG as well. So like, I've been trying to get like an upgrade to the boots for the longest time as well. It's just not even dropping legendaries as well. I'll show you in a bit. Yep.
Not ready yet.
Let me just pick all this up.
What do you need?
Oh, alright.
Need more time. I'm still waiting.
Has that been your experience? I feel as if it has been, I guess. Okay, let's have a look. So let's say with boots. I have been pulling a lot of yellows more. It could be that they've been maybe they nerfed it or something. Who knows? But yeah. Boots, chests and rings. Yeah. Boots, chests and rings. It's possible, it's very possible that yeah. So maybe I shouldn't be pulling boots. I should be trying for upgrades for helm and what do you call that? Legs as well. Who knows? We'll see.
Need more time.
Yes, if you should go back to 110, but that was a very slow riff. Try 112.
I'm still waiting.
I'm just trying to find the sweet spot. I've been farming 110s with no problem, and I was thinking that, yeah. That's true, but I've been realizing that mats, white mats are the ones that are my blocker now. So every time I go for normal rifts, I try to get to the what you call that? The battlefields map if I can, and I just explore the whole battlefields map because that's like the best place to farm whites. And then if I get too many yellows or blues, then I'll just use the cube to transport change them to whites. But yeah, I probably won't upgrade stuff until much later. I'm still trying to get to I think more sort of like materials for each of them before I even try again. I did a massive one like 2 weeks back. Got 1 upgrade and that was it. So yeah, RNG is RNG though. So yeah. So have you tried or have you seen Diablo 4? Same? Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. It's so much different and it's so reminiscent of Diablo 2 that I'm probably gonna play the heck out of it as well. Which class do you think struck your fancy during open beta? No elite? Okay. You managed to try all the classes, that's the thing. Two and a half minutes. Ah, nice.
What do you need? I need more time.
I tried Rogue since it was sort of the playstyle I was looking for. Pretty like I liked it pretty much. Yeah, I found that Necro was very OP, and I'm quite okay with Druid, even though the leveling was kind of slow. Sorceress was quite OP as well. Barb I found okay with Upheaval, but we'll see how it goes. I mean that's just beta anyway, right? So
I'm still waiting.
how do you find it? Like, which is your favorite class so far? Or do you think you will start when launch happens? Ah, I see. I was the other way around. I played predominantly Demon Hunter. I tried Barb 3 to 4 seasons back as well. Or is it longer than that? And Whirlwind Barb was very strong then, and then I remember having a lot of fun with it as well. Do you think you continue to play Barb with D4?
Need more time.
I've Jade Harvester, not playing Witch Doctor.
I'm still waiting.
Right. Cheating. I had more luck with 114. Hmm, I see. Yeah. I think
I'm still waiting.
the one thing that I really liked about the game, besides, like the lag issues obviously for beta and stuff like that, I think the gameplay itself was totally different in the sense that, it's not as a quick like, D3. So that's a big change. You have to be slightly more.
Not ready yet.
Ah, nice. Yeah. So God TH for this season is actually quite good for farming and good for progression as well. Although I'm finding it slightly tougher, I need to fish a lot more closer to 140. So my goal for this pretty much this season is try to reach 141, and then I'll probably stop there and then try maybe other classes like the wizard and stuff like that. So for now, I'm just trying to gain more greater rifts. I mean, sorry, sort of like Paragon levels to just, I won't say face roll that, but yeah, we'll try. We'll see. Every 50 or 100 GRs, I mean Paragon levels, I'll try to push. Yeah. So, what is your experience with the God DH? It's smooth, right, to play?
Not ready yet.
Nice, nice. I'm just cleared 137 yesterday, so we're about the same. Yeah.
Need more
So I'm
time.
trying to. Nice, nice. Yeah, I get that too.
I'm
Like,
still waiting.
it's cleaner in a sense as well. Like Whirlwind, yeah. But it's to me it's more chill. Like it's one of the chillest sort of like um builds I've played. Like you can play Impale, like Shadow Impale for Demon Hunter, and yeah, and it's a lot more work. You really have to watch and decide. It's more reactive than God DH. Um, I would say Sentry Marauder is also a very good option if you get sort of tired with playing God DH. It's also quite good. I've seen some pushes with Sentry Marauder, but I think you need slightly higher Paragon to survive.
Not
Yeah,
ready yet.
so I have a friend who pushed a God DH to 140 when he was only 1,200 Paragon. So there is that. You just have to fish a lot more, I guess, for the perfect rift. So yeah, for me, I'm just gonna try my best, with every rift that I come across. We'll see how it survives. That's why I'm relying more on the
I'm still
Paragon than
waiting.
anything else. Yeah. Ah, I see. So you're keeping some gear, all right? Cool.
Not ready yet.
True, true. I mean, we do have 2 months, so there's a plenty of time. You know, I think the only thing that's holding me back now, it's like time to play as well. It's like I really, really hate doing bounties, but you must, to get a chance to
Not
sort
ready
of
yet.
reroll your legendaries that are slightly off. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I'm quite happy that I've gotten
Need
the
more
right
time.
stats for what you said. Like the rings and the jewelry and the body and the boots that aren't pretty much getting the legendary double legendary for Kadala. So, but we'll see. It's all RNG anyway. I'm very happy actually with getting this. I pulled this yesterday, so
Not ready
this
yet.
was one of the highlights of my stream yesterday as well. I think we should go back. Yeah,
Need
it
more
takes a bit of
time.
getting used to public bounties, but my advice is just for me, I will always go for the boss of every act first, and then after that,
Not
just
ready
plow
yet.
through whatever. If you see, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've gotten this experience as well. Is go through the curse chest, touch the curse chest, and if it is not a
I'm
hundred,
still waiting.
if it is 100 kill curse chest, just leave it and then go do the other smaller bounties, the kill bounties and stuff like that, and come back to it because you don't actually need to wait
Need more time.
to kill the 100. You just have to wait for the timer to run out. If it's a wave curse chest, you have to sit there and finish the 5 waves. So in that way, it's faster, and then just wait for everybody else to finish, and then after that, wrap up. Yeah, but yeah, and it's public bounty is definitely different from solo. Yeah, and unless you have friends that you play
Not
with,
ready yet.
yeah, yeah, it's the little tricks like that. Like yeah. So if again, if it's the 100 kill one, touch it and go away, right? And then teleport to
Need
another
more
one.
time.
You teleport away from where the chest is, right? And then after that, use the town teleport to go to the
Not
next
ready yet.
bounty, and then go back to town via the town portal that you came in from, and then go back to your through your what do you call that, triggered
I'm still
teleport.
waiting.
That way you end back at the curse chest area, and then just kill that whatever spawn for the first wave, and then for the 100 kill, and then that's
Need
it.
more time.
It really helps in terms of time. Yeah, but that's a little trick. Yeah. Cool, cool. All good, all good. Always willing to share knowledge like that.
I'm still
Right.
waiting.
Still 110s again. I'm very comfortable with 110s. And this is a good map for 110s as well. Yeah, just face roll these, and then we're after XP anyway. Yeah, it is. And it's not a it's fast and it does enough damage as well, I feel. I haven't been in a 4-man meta yet. Apparently, if you do a ZDH, it's also quite fun to play, they say, but I'm just trying to solo push most of the time. Yeah, so I haven't done any of group play. It's very fast and it's very smooth, and then, like I said, it's very chill to play for me. Yeah. Channeling just means, yeah, again, just sit there, things will die. Yeah. So yeah, cool. Glad to hear that you're also sort of enjoying the game, and while we wait for D4, I guess. And that will be actually one of the big things that will happen this year, I guess. Or well, one of the summer releases that's great. There are a couple other games I was looking at, but I'm not sure whether I'll have the time to play them. But definitely I'll be doing coverage for D4 as the main. Oh, look at that! two, two pylons next to each other. Wow. Okay. Sometimes the game spoils me. There's a man cover. Anything. Yeah, definitely 110. You can tell that it's much faster. Yeah, I guess XP is a little bit less, but yeah, I think it's more suitable to farm without
Not ready yet.
stressing too much about survivability.
I am returning to town.
Yeah.
Need more time.
So do you normally only play Diablo, or do you play other games as well?
I'm still waiting.
Or sort of like it's rephrase that. It's more like, do you only play ARPGs like this, action RPGs,
Not ready
things
yet.
like Path of Exile, Torchlight, or is Diablo the only sort of like mainstay game that you've been playing? Ah, I see. So, so ARPGs, this is your current flavor, I see. I try to play a variety, but for streaming wise, I guess Diablo works for me. World of Tanks, nice. I dabbled in a bit of that, wasn't really catch my fancy. I do like the odd sort of like sometimes I think a simulation of that type as well. Yeah, simulation sort of game that is. Yeah. No? Because I've been thinking of trying out a new game for a mid-week stream. So far I've been on the fence with maybe The Witcher 3 or maybe an MMO. You say that, no, age is not. I don't think it's a limiting factor as well. I'm not young, if you want to call it, say that. I'm not going to dox my age, but yeah, so I have a kid, so in a way, like, you know, fam comes first, right? So for me, then I played quite a lot of old MM. I mean, yeah, I started with MMOs pretty much like from the onset, you know, like very old. In fact, all the way back to BBSs, if you even remember BBSs for modems and dial-ups. So I played MUDs through the BBSs, and then from there I went to the first MMO. Pretty much was Meridian 59, I think, and then after that, same, yeah. Oh, then pretty much we're on the same track, yeah.
Ready yet.
Yeah, it was experiencing the rise of the internet. That's right. So it was modems with dial-ups into BBS boards, and then after that, before that were just standalone PCs and stuff like that. I had a get this. I had an XT, and then I think I had a 386. That's how far I go back. Yeah, and gaming wise, it was like MUDs, MMOs, and then after that, like single player games as well, like classics like Sierra and stuff like that. I'm just name dropping so to see whether you sort of get the you are in the same sort of bracket as me as well. Okay, what do we have? We have 1.8, 3.86. Yeah, there we go. I had a 386 with an EGA monitor. That's how weird it was. It's not a CGA, it was not a VGA, it was an EGA monitor. And I think that was a mistake getting it because I think when they came out with the VGA, I was quite um, unhappy because the EGAs became obsolete. Yeah.
Need more
So
time.
boots, you said boots, and okay, I could go for it, I guess.
That will look nice on you.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm
is
still
that
waiting.
I know, right? Good old days. Maybe you're right. I see the rate of
Need more
hmm,
time.
steal?
even though it's not what I want,
Didn't even
you
know
know,
I had
it is
anything.
definitely a lot more legendaries versus the
Not
body
ready
and
yet.
the
Ooh, that's nice. Can I have it back?
yeah. Good to know. Thanks for that. Good tip.
I'm still
Yeah,
waiting.
the good old days.
What a steal.
But what I find that versus nowadays, where it's a lot more complex and more in depth, but
Need more time.
you see technology that has gone into gaming, right? And you see it improve like leaps and bounds. You go like, wow, how much the whole landscape has changed since we started gaming. You know, it always amazes me to no end.
More time.
Like, I mean, I used to remember using floppy disk, and then after that it became the 3.5s. Like, and then same here. Yeah. Although nowadays, I'm not. My job doesn't really require me to be more into computing, but yeah, interest is still there, I guess. Like you never get tired of it, so you know. But I think I wasn't a coder, but I did like computing as well, like just playing around, fixing up sort of like computers by myself. You know, fix me a rig. Yeah. It's a scoring lobber. Where is that lobber? Here. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, and there was so much promise I remember back then. Like, and we're only now just seeing, it being implemented, like wearables, especially like VR and stuff like that. There was so much talk and so much hype of it, even back then. Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and it's taken the industry to this point to make it sort of like more mainstream, and I think it's great. Like VRs are finally affordable, and people are sort of like getting into it. Even with the motion sort of gaming, I think in the last decade with Wii and the PS, you know, I think that's really awesome to see as well. Like when it comes to the home in terms of a console, I think that's when it is a mainstay. Then the technology is sort of like uh there, Yeah. Yeah. You're waiting for the Jetsons car, I'm waiting for the hoverboard.
I need to go back.
Like, when can go on the street on a hoverboard,
Need more time.
But promise flying cars, like you said, but hoverboard is my dream as well.
Not ready yet.
True. Yeah, all those, or even a better way to travel. In just maybe, not teleportation, maybe, or alternate means like in Futurama, you see them go in tubes, right? Things like that. That would be so awesome to see. It actually happens. One day, yeah, indeed. I mean, they are looking to go back to the moon already. Wasn't there talk about NASA sending up another sort of like moon mission soon? I think I read it in the news somewhere. So there is that. But I wonder if the low orbit's already been overly cluttered because there's always been talk of quite too much space junk surrounding the Earth, and sooner or later, if we don't clear it up, that other missions might be impossible due to that. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do get to the moon again. Like, what's the impact of what they're gonna do? What's next? And a couple years back they were talking about manned missions to Mars as well. Yeah, interesting how these things come back.
Need more time.
Let's see the gem.
True.
Not ready yet. I need to go back.
The oxide build. Not too familiar with that one. Oh wait, I missed something. Is it the one where he said to use a crossbow for your There was a build. I mostly use builds from Maxroll, usually Rax and Wudijo. So
Need more time.
yeah, so this build is pretty much the one from Wudijo and Maxroll.
Not
I
ready
just
yet.
tweaked this so that my push build. Let me just clear my inventory. Yes. Can show you the push build is pretty much exactly
I'm still waiting.
that. Nope, this piece.
Need
Yeah,
more time.
so my push build is two-hander. I was lucky enough to get this as a primal, and with the right stats as well.
Not ready
And I
yet.
used the crafter primal, and then everything, all the stats and everything are pretty much from max roll from I think. So I pulled this, so I was not going for guardians, and pretty much I got this yesterday. So everything else is same.
Not
Yeah,
ready yet.
that's about it. Yep. I'm quite comfortable 120-ish. I don't really farm 120. I think the time taken is a bit too much. So that's why I go for speed ones with the Yanks. Like, it's very comfortable to play. Like I said, I keep saying that, I'm not gonna stress myself
Need
out.
more
I
time.
could technically use 120s with the two-handed for fast risk, but no, but yeah. Yeah, to each his own,
Not
as
ready
long as
yet.
you enjoy the game. You know what I mean? So like I'm in no rush anyway, so I pretty much think that I can start pushing already. My stats are almost there, right? So, but I'll just do it, like, take my time with it. You know what I mean?
I'm still waiting.
And strangely enough, that was a very strange intro to the background music. There's a Christmas Carol.
Not ready yet.
True. Pretty much, I think, um, at this point for both of us, right? The rings will be the ones that will be harder to get. You know, like to get biz and stuff like that. Even my what do you call it? My quiver isn't that great,
Need more time.
but it's okay. You know, I could try um pulling for a primal or something, but looking at the, you know, you have to get the right stats and stuff like that. It's just gonna be too much. You know, I'll probably do it though once the other slots are taken up. It'll be funny if I can get every single piece primal, but yeah,
Need more time.
I think you just need a lot of time. You know, the more you run, the more chances you get, right? So yeah,
I'm still
yeah,
waiting.
I did that, and then, but the thing is, if you get a quiver, right? If you're push build, you won't need the quiver, you see. So that's why I'm reluctant to do it. I'll probably do
Need
it
more
last.
time.
Like, if you have two one-handed weapons as your push build, then the quiver is sort of redundant. Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah. It's same as if you've gotten a good guardian for the belt and the braces,
Not
then
ready yet.
you know you stick to that. For me, as soon as I put the primal reps of clarity, then I'm kind of stuck with this one because I really want to utilize this.
I'm still waiting.
Hi Jekwehi, thanks for your follow. And welcome to the stream. We're just talking about some builds for
Need more
Demon
time.
Hunter. So pretty much, I'm Aya and I play Diablo 3 and will play Diablo 4 when it launches. And right now, I'm just gaining GR Paragon levels to push for GRs, my highest personal best. Alright, alright. I'll catch you later, Grassman66.
I'm still
Um,
waiting.
has been yesterday, which I finished a 137 if I'm not wrong, and they're just slowly trying to get more chances at gear, to get primals and stuff, and then probably try to beat my personal best moving
Need
forward.
more time.
Yep. So thank you for coming and for the follow, and hope you enjoy the stream. And don't be shy if you want to say hi. Yeah. Nice. Are you also playing a Demon Hunter as well? Or are you playing on another class? Yeah, Demon Hunter, nice. Yeah, I think with the God DH, it's in a good place. It's not too OP, right? And with a bit of luck with fishing for the right rifts and you know knowing how it goes, right? I think with the right amount of paragons, you would definitely be able to reach like 140-ish and stuff like that. Yeah, so don't worry about it. But I keep telling people, you know, who come in, as long as you enjoy the game, that's all that matters, you know. I mean, there's something to aim for, but you know, uh, as long as you're not getting frustrated with the game, that's all good in my opinion. Yeah. So yeah, 127 is a very good achievement already, I feel. Okay, this is a very good and concentrated mass of mobs to kill. Okay, have you finished the altar? The season altar? My advice is to concentrate on the altar first. Right, it will really help you. Like, gaining paragons is good, but pushing will actually be a lot better with the full altar. Nice. Yes. So you're pretty much which two? It's the staff of herding.
I'm still waiting.
Nice. I had to do. Well, I didn't really grind for the stuff on herding. My experience was that I got Chiltara on the third try, and the plans were actually what sort of like
Not ready
slowed me
yet.
down. It took me 2 days to find the plans. Wow, very nice, very lucky. That's
I need to go back.
and then after that it was pretty much getting the double primals or sacking the primals, pretty much.
Need more time.
So can't remember the altar like which ones were left, but you have 2 left. Shouldn't be long then. Yeah. Yeah, in the beginning, before you get the double primals, it does take quite a long. Besides the free one, right? Like, well, for GR70 the first time around, and that's pretty sad for me because the my first primal was BOH boots, and I was really contemplating. I thought long and hard whether or not another primal would drop or should I, proceed with the potion. In the end, I sacked it, like, and I've not seen the boots since. And now that you've told me that boots are actually bugged in a way for Kadala, I'm feeling kind of sad now. Nice. That's very nice. The small cemetery? Yeah. It's so RNG sometimes. Like, yesterday I had primals, and then after that I managed to clear, and then today I had nothing so far. Not a single hint of anything. But, it is what it is. RNG is RNG.
Not ready yet.
I may be able to help you. Let's see what we can do.
This is 110. I'm gonna go. Yep. I see.
Returning to town.
Yeah, but again, once you get the full altar, everything falls into place. Trust me. Yeah, it makes it a lot better to run anything.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah. So I advise get it out of the way first if you can. Yep. Sorry about that.
Not ready yet.
So when we get Lich, all of these are junk pretty much. Not playing Among, so fine. Right. Let's see whether we're lucky today. The helm.
Well, isn't that nice? That will look nice on you.
Legendaries at the very
You
least.
come back again. Need more time. Geed was my father. What? I didn't even know I had that thing. I'm still waiting. You look like you could use
Yeah,
a new
my
item.
constant grab has always been
My father would be
public
proud.
bounties,
Carry any more.
because you know you have to do them, but you dread doing them, and then yeah.
Or
I mean, sometimes it's fun. Most of the time it's just it's a chore. But at the very least, you get your weeklies as well, so that's not too bad. Alright, didn't get a single piece I want. It's alright.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, I think that was the only gripe in D3. Every other mode I find it fun in a way. I mean, I don't mind grinding out rifts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like even normal rifts to get the keys is kind of fun because you see a lot of root drops, right? But bounties are just boring and time consuming, you know? Even with the double bounties, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. True. I should start doing that again. Like, I join public bounties now and then, you know, when I feel like I want to gear up for legendary reforging. Yeah, it's because you need so much of the mats then, right? So, yeah. And then I'll probably like go through it in like 10 minutes and then you're done. And then you got too lazy to do it again. It's just so much work. Yeah. There you are, a bit late. Primal Circle was very late. Oh well. Let's speed things up. Oh nice. It's good to have a schedule. Wish I could do that. Like, I wish I had both the inclination for one and the time to do it, you know, in the morning. I have to work on the weekdays and stuff like that as well, so, and then on weekends it's family time, definitely until at night, so maybe I should do bounties like just prior to stream or something. Yeah, it's a good idea. Do 3. Ah, I see. Early riser.
I'm still waiting. I am returning to town. Need more time. Not ready yet.
I see. That's true. Wake up early, but unfortunately for me, I'm the other way around. I sleep late because, you know, after I put the kid to sleep and stuff like that, then that's the only time I get in a way to relax. So that's usually when I play late at night, and because I play late at night, I usually can't wake up too early in the morning because I'll be too tired. But it's to your own schedule. It sounds good. Where's the shield bearer? Yeah. Okay, that's the exit. Oh, I really hate barracks. I think everybody on the stream knows that this is my least favorite map. Don't like the design, the fact that you run into walls, your arrows get, like your DPS tanks because, you know, the arrows get shot into walls, it doesn't bounce back. And the mobs love to sit in the middle of the archway. All around, just not happy with this house set. And you can get lost. There we go. Hopefully this is another not a dead end. Yeah, let's get out of here. And not too bad. 2.5 minutes.
I'm still waiting. Let's see the gem. Not ready yet. I need to come back.
Nope. One more.
Need more time.
So JK, have you been playing Diablo 4? Have you tried the open beta?
I could get accustomed to not ready yet. I'm still waiting.
Mm. Oh man,
Ready
that's
yet.
so unlucky. The primal you need to reforge would need to be used in Altar. Well, who knows? You might be lucky, you know?
Need
You
more
never know.
time.
Diablo 4 is not too bad if you like if you played
I'm still
Diablo
waiting.
3. Oh sorry, Diablo 2. It is oh, it's lightning. Um it it is highly similar in terms of you say ambience and environment and the way
I'm
you
still
pretty
waiting.
much I would say play style is totally different, right? So unfortunately you missed the open
Need more
beta and stuff
time.
like that, but if you watch the streams from the other Diablo 3 streamers and stuff like that, you'll realize, or if you want to check out my VODs as well, I have
I'm still waiting.
some sort of like footage on my YouTube channel as well. It's just my VOD channel, so you can go through those, right? And so you can at least see what it's all about. It because it was an open beta, the servers were being stress tested, so there's a lot of lag involved,
Need more
but
time.
generally you get the idea. Like it plays like Diablo 3 in the sense that you've got the skills and stuff like that, but the skill tree is much more varied,
Not ready
and
yet.
I would say, and this is early on because open beta was only until level 25, right? I really enjoyed playing the classes
I'm
there.
still
Yeah,
waiting.
they were all very fresh. It was quite new and stuff like that as well. So if you have the means and stuff like that, do check it out, you know. Or you can watch my
Need more
stream
time.
in probably when it launches. I'll definitely be covering that. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Okay, that was weird. I had a drifting mob out of nowhere. Thought it was part of a pack, but it wasn't. Okay, there's a new pack here. You on here? No. I'm going. Alright. Yeah. So do you just play Diablo or you have you other play other sort of types of games or in the same genre like ARPGs like Path of Exile, um, sort of like Torchlight, you know, Grim Dawn, those are others in the same genre, or do you play other types of games as well? Ah, okay, Phasmo. Yep. I've tried Euro Truck. I do say that it's a good experience. I along the vein of those kind of driving simulation games, right? I actually like farming simulator, the one that you drive sort of tractors and stuff as well. So that was pretty cool, I thought. And as for Phasma, I didn't play that much of Phasma, but I am playing quite a bit of the new game Demonologist, which is I feel is slightly better than Phasma in my opinion, because in Phasma you pretty much just identify the ghost and that's about it, right? I mean that's fun, but Demonologist allows you to continue on and actually sort of exorcise the ghost, right? And to me that was the closure that I needed, because the puzzle solving is begun in the beginning, trying to find out the ghost with all the equipment that you have, and then after that you do a certain set other things depending on which level map you have, and then after that you have to do another set of things, right, to exercise the ghost. But the fact that there is an end game for every match is what you know does it for me for versus Phasmo. So if you have a chance as well, it's called Demonologist. I think it's on sale. I'm not plugging it as much, but I'm just saying that if you like Phasmo, it might be up your alley as well. Yeah, and the game has a whole lot more jump scares that I feel that Phasmo as well. So that's a draw for me at the very least. You know, it still gets me to this day. Like I've started playing it for I think a week or two, and I still get scared pretty much every time there's a jump scare. Like if I'm not expecting it at all, like it really does get to me as well. So yeah. So is Euro Truck 2 is it the one that you drive the truck and have to keep an eye on your cargo? Yeah. Champion. Oh, nice. Yeah, that could be something I might explore actually. This pack. Why do you give me a forest red when I'm going to spawn? Ah, well, game. Come on. That was a longish map.
Let's see. I need more time. I am returning to now. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, that was chatting with Grassman earlier. And I was thinking of a third day of streaming besides the weekends, like sometime in the weekday. I was thinking of what game to try. Like, there's so many games in my stream library that I could
Need more
just bring
time.
in. And right now, it's a toss-up between
I'm still waiting.
Witcher 3 or any other random game, I feel. I'm just asking for sort of like feedback from you guys as to what you guys play and might want to see as well. So, your truck
You look like
is a
you could use a new
possibility.
item of,
You know, I might try to, I don't know,
I'm
put
still
in some easy to play games as well, like independent games. We'll see. So we were trying to go for an upgrade for the
Need more
helm
time. See you soon.
since it's been pulling more legendaries.
Just
That's
like
one.
that. Not ready yet.
There's not much more I can do with this. This is pretty much biz. Arms, however, require
Need more time.
area damage. Maybe I'll put arms instead. See how
Fortune
that
favors
goes.
the bold.
Gloves, that is.
See you soon. I'm still waiting. See you soon.
Yeah, who knows?
You look like
I'll
you could
do
use
an
a new
update
item
on
of
the Twitch channel to see whether
nice on you.
when I decide on the day and the game that I want to play, probably. But
Fortune
happy
favors
to
the
have
bold.
feedback
Need
as
more
well.
time.
So what you guys might want to see.
I had that thing.
Right? Take your time.
You look like
Not
you could
ready
use a
yet.
new item. Do come back again.
An upgrade.
I'm still waiting.
That's true. So many to choose from. Wow, look at this. The right slots just not, the right stats just not mentioned. Not max as well, but still. Okay. Welcome back,
Need more
Grassman.
time.
Oh well, more levels it is then. How many more do we have? 54. Way enough. Yeah, so many to choose from. That's the problem, And also another thing is whether or not how fast you wanna do. Yeah. I will show you my page of useless primals. It's like, oh, I mean, it's good to have primals drop, but sometimes when they drop and you go like, why game, why? It's such a troll in the game sometimes. Huge troll. I don't like this map as well. You get so easily lost until you find a big patch like here. Okay, there should be one more pack unless I've killed it. Ah, there it is. Shot map. Ah, battlefields, nice. Love battlefields. Yeah. Oh, that's true. But then again, once you're done with getting your crafted primal right, in a way, you don't really need the what do you call it? The parts after that. I agree. Yeah, at least there's something else to do with them. But I'm just keeping them for shits and giggles now.
I need to go back. I'm still waiting.
Let me show you. First of all, my follower has a primal Klakai, has a primal homing pads, right? So those are already, you know, useless in a way, right? But at least it's being used, right? Crafted squirts. It's true, but that will mean that you need two primals for your, or you need primals for all your slots as well. You know what I mean?
Not ready yet.
Like, these are just, like, you know, this is a horrible, horrible rolled primal. This is also very bad. Well, okay, that's not too bad. You can roll it away, and then, but, you know, and you have the. I've almost gotten a full set for, what do you call it, Shadow Impale, right? Even though I'm not gonna play it, right? Some of the stats aren't that bad, but some of them are, so I'm not too sure about that, you know? True, Ghost Squirts, yes. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I do have 190 already, and then these are all the useless ones. Like, come on. I mean, Windforce. This, however, is very, very rare. I've never gotten this obsidian ring, and getting a primal for it was actually quite surprised. You know, you always aim for like 3 out of 4, right? But getting the primal just means that you get guaranteed biz for that. But I'm not even sure whether there's a build that uses the worn obsidian ring anymore. Yeah, so Seaboss is useless. The Netters maybe for fun, and these are just not used pretty much. And then you get this, which doesn't really work because you want it to either be, you know, be the what do you call it, the one that is invuln, or the other one, all skills, right? Yeah, so yes, I do. It's weird, like the primal drops are kind of skewed. Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
They are actually quite different from the others. Yeah.
Not ready yet.
Run? Why are you running? I hit them when they're in the doors. Let's pack down. Another pack. Oh good, no worries. Hope you have better luck than me. Alright, so as we continue. Yeah, I know, right? Luck for us both then. Okay, farm map. Not too bad. Speed off the bat. Shield, actually. No, speed. Yeah. Say goodbye to your walls. They all have waller. Haha, I laugh at you. Okay, should have one more pack and then we can spawn the Rift Guardian. That was the lag spike. The lag spike, I mean. And
I'm still waiting. We need to go back.
Skin, welcome to the stream if you just joined. Just doing some
Not ready yet.
GR fast rifting to get levels. For a push possibly today or maybe next week.
I'm still waiting.
Have a look. We are currently at 1664. 50 more stones. Could technically reach 17 and can try push soon.
Not ready yet.
And an upgrade. Using this.
I'm still waiting.
Right. That was a pretty good reps, but unfortunately I already, or fortunately I already have the primals.
Need more time.
Okay, let's carry on. And this is not too bad, this map, so Gorgors, always kill Gorgors again. And usual, if we do hit the ring for this map, then there's this trick to know where you're supposed to go. I'll show you if it spawns that way. Is when you enter, the direction that you enter, you just have to remember that the exit is always directly opposite where you enter. So, like say, let's see whether we have that. We haven't spawned yet. That part of the map. Let me show you what I mean. Spawns. Like here, okay, so if this round thing, if you enter from the west, the exit will always be on the east. Always. It's 100% guaranteed. So that way you don't have to like go into every single nook and cranny to have a look. So that's how the maps work. And just a little bit of tip for that. And then we continue killing and spawning in a linear map, which is great. And we will keep going. Okay. So speed rifting is kind of like chill, which is what I like, especially with this build, right? So and goodbye. That was a quick one.
I'm still waiting.
So maybe at 1700 Paragon I can start speed running 115 with ease and without any danger, I guess, of dying. Because right now I tried it earlier and while it works, like but the affixes that the mobs got, like Waller and stuff like that, were much more prevalent, and made the run more stressful than it needed to be. So
Not ready yet.
I mean 110s are fine. this is the best Venn diagram you will ever see in Diablo. You stand in the middle of that, almost anything will die. Welcome back! Welcome back, JKI. Or JK. And just moving on again, as usual. Got channeling, that's why I'm spamming the skills. And another two these trio mobs, and then there's a yeah, left or right? Right, it's a dead end. Left. And there we go. Okay, Icy Forest isn't the best. Channeling's almost done. That's okay. Do this elite. Get a crop. Conduit is good. Feel the spinny eyes. How good speed as well. Okay. Sometimes you're too good here. Sometimes. Addition. Careful. Alright. Capped again.
Need more time. I am returning to town. I'm still waiting.
Clear the inventory and then
Need
gamble.
more time.
Be decent. See if I have it for the Crusader. Have a look. Don't have the Falcon's Foot. Alright. Which one is a double up? Probably don't need piece of deflection. I already put it, have I already put it into the cube though? I have.
Need more
And
time.
don't need that then. Alright.
You look
So,
like you could use a
helm?
new item of,
No, we've
almost
decided to
ready.
go for gloves because the ones I have do not have. Well, it's almost a primal itself, like 50-10, right? Crit hit.
I'm still
We
waiting.
still are missing the area damage. Let's try for that instead.
I didn't even know I had that thing. That will look nice on you. Not ready yet. You look like you could use a new item. Well, it's a good paperweight. See you soon. Need more time.
So far, Kadalas
That's nice.
on.
Not ready
Give me
yet.
at least one, even if it's not an upgrade, just to make sure that it's in the
You
pool
look like you could
items
use
I
a
can
new
pull.
item. See you soon. Need more time.
Okay. Right.
I'm still waiting.
Okay, we continue. We have 15 minutes more before it's 2 a.m. for me.
Not ready yet.
We'll run another 15 minutes worth of rifts. We got 50 keystones left, that's not a problem. And then we'll see how many levels we
I'm
can get, and
still
then we try
waiting.
push. Yeah, I think that would be good. Just run another 15 minutes worth. Probably another 10 more GRs. Then we can try pushing for like last like maybe half an hour or something. Okay. He was pretty much dead on arrival. Okay, another lead here. Dot map.
I'm still waiting.
Spaghetti Junction. House. Easy to get lost in this map. I do it very often. Are we up here? No. Possible? Yes, we got up. Okay. There's another attack here. Oh, okay. Oh, this is another indoor map tile set that's very, very annoying because you have to open doors. To click to open doors. Right, and then you get run into walls just like in barracks. Open doors. Just slows you a lot. I do have a gem, but
What do you need? Not ready yet. I am returning to town. I feel more powerful. I'm still waiting.
shards. Maybe let's go for 1675, and then we can try for a push. I'm wary of the time. I get a bit tired. Not saying that tomorrow is a public holiday. Can get away with it, I guess. Sleeping a bit late. It's Easter here, and in other parts of the world I'm assuming, but certain parts might not have. Certain parts of the world might not have a public holiday. Alright, so the ghost was somewhere here. There you go. Is this the big map? Yes, we're out of here. After, as soon as we kill this, we've gone into barracks. Really do not like barracks. And try to do this as fast as possible, I guess. Down. hit there. I have to try and avoid these kind of situations if I'm pushing, because hit and pretty much create is kind of iffy. Longer than expected, this rift. But, oh well. Yeah, maybe I'm tired. But chill, that's the word here. Rift is working, so alright. Okay, where are you? Yeah.
Need more time.
Oh, why is there more? Right. Survived. Somehow.
Not ready yet.
Yeah. Yes. Corvus is the one that really gets me sometimes. The toss up between the two of them, how bad they are.
I'm still waiting. Need more time.
Okay. It's useless, useless, useless. Don't need that.
Not ready yet.
Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Not that great. I have other Vala Behests as well.
Need more time.
It's a good slot in, I feel, but getting the right stats for the Balas is quite
I'm
difficult.
still waiting.
So instead I went for the Fortress Ballista instead. And I was lucky enough to get a Primal, so that's how the dice roll. So let's put the teleports, the Kogor, and a champion pack, I think. Or whatever it was, it did. And cemetery is alright for this map set. I mean, the map tile set is alright, channeling, so pretty much just sit there and continually spam healed as well, so I don't even need to do that anymore. Sit here. Jan. Okay. So if this had been a push, it'd be so good. But oh well, it is what it is. Oh, even Primal Circle as well.
I'm still waiting. What?
Right. That was quick.
Not ready yet. I am returning to town.
Drink of juice.
I'm still waiting. My training has paid off. Not ready yet.
We're talking about Corvus again, eh? Click on doors. Why do you have to click on doors? Hello sir, please die. Thank you. Yes, I am. I just hope the ones when I push, I will get like back-to-back Corvus barracks. It really slows you down when you push. It's like I feel very discouraged. Like when I get the tile set, I did clear 135 or 136 with a barracks, but oh, it is it wasn't fun, and added to the whole I would say tension at the end. I guess well, maybe it was good, but just makes it a chore to go through because you have to decide, like, you know, whether you want to give out the rift and then quickly go on to the next one just because chances of you clearing is so much less with any of those two tile sets. Alright. Again. Push off the dish. They do actually. I fear as if they do. And then that's why you have to fish for those outdoor ones like this. I mean, this is not too bad, but you know, you really want the perfect refill. It's either Battlefield or the big wide forest maps, you know, or the linear ones are not too bad as well. At least you know what how to gauge and prepare, right? But with having to think about like opening doors and all these tight corridors and stuff like that, you know, it just doesn't help. Oh, okay. Didn't expect to get that. Alright. Pure Fury. Yeah, exactly. Oh, why does it have to be cold? Not exactly the best as well. Nah, it goes. Pure Fury is kind of cool. I liked playing the I called the Valor set with. Remember, it was quite nice. I did one season's worth on it as well. What can I throw away? Any double ups? Yep, this one. I can't probably. Oh, the Valor set, the one that you blinded and then you kept on spamming the Fist of Heavens and build, yeah. So this is quite fun to play when it first came out. It was quite OP. I think I reached 125 with it or something like that, 121, close to it. It was quite fun. Um, and basically you use Fist of Heaven and what was it? Was it? It's just Heaven's Fury, correct? Heaven's Fury and Fist of Heavens, and then you pretty much just walk around. The only bad thing about it. Oh, nice. Oh, I see. Got a primal, but it's a quiver. Other stats, right? Though, like you pretty much want to have obviously crit attack speed and what's the other one? Have a quick look. Let me have a quick look at the build for you. But again, you want to have yes. I don't have a good I don't have a very good statue as well. But again, like I said, I'm not gonna push with the Yangs, so I'm not rolling this. I'll probably roll for a primal or try for primal last. But for the quiver, you want to have attack speed, crit hit chance, resource cost, strangely enough, but that's only if you're playing sort of like speed rifts. and hungering arrow damage if you can. And yeah, I think those are the pretty much the ones you should aim for. Or you could actually see what can you roll.
New goods today. Please look. You won't be disappointed.
Ah, I see. Yeah. So that's why, like, I mean, there's so many, right? And that's why quivers are very hard to get uh abyss as well. Yeah. Oh, that's then I'm not sure what would be the best way for it for you. You could maybe use that for your altar. Yeah. You have to you or you can use the primer and roll off the fan of knives into something else. It's not ideal, but it will definitely help you, right? If you want to farm faster and stuff like that. I mean, it will be a DPS increase regardless. So yeah, I guess that'll be the way. I guess get a good legendary, like an ancient legendary with the right stats. Like mine not is not even the best stats, but I like I said, I'm just using it for speed runs, right? So yeah, even the secondary having 12 max discipline will help as well. Yeah, if you're gonna push with two double handles like me and double one handles like me, right? Then it doesn't really matter what your quiver is in the end. As long as it helps you in your farming, I guess, to get to the this push build that you want, right? Then I guess it's good. Oh, we will try for hands for the area damage.
Don't forget, luck always changes. Well, isn't that nice?
My pack is full.
Don't worry about it. They'll come. It's just a bit slower. That's all.
That will look nice on you. Don't forget,
Why do you give me
luck
so many
always
mage fists?
changes.
Like I said, chill. Like
Fortune favors the bold.
that's the name of the game.
Yes,
Don't get
luck always
frustrated,
changes.
because while they say it's one drop out of every 400 legendaries, like it's been proven that it may be less, it may be more. So don't worry about it. It will come. Like why do you give me so many mage fists? Okay, this is pretty good for a non-ancient. Alright, okay, let's just roll off the
Fortune
rest.
favors the bold. What? I
That
didn't
is
even
too
know I had that
expensive.
thing.
Okay, not even an upgrade. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Rasman. That's what I was telling JK as well. Get the altar done and dusted. Then at the very least, the next time you pull a primal, it'll be two instead of one. Yeah. And then you sort of roll steam snowballs, because one might be the one you want and the other one might be, you can just disenchant it. Yeah. Yeah, like me. Like my very first primal was the legs, and it was it. I don't think it was a perfectly rolled one, but it would have helped me in the beginning. But I sacked it immediately. Well, not immediately, after much thought, because I needed to finish the altar. Yeah. So there's that. All right, 1671. I think we try for 1675, and then we'll try for push. Oh, but then again, it's already 2 o'clock. Right, tell you what. Let us push now and have a look. 3.7 sounds good in terms of DPS. Let's see whether we're lucky with the power set. All right, saying that, I'm going to get a drink. Get some more juice, and before I start. Right, get ready. Record 138.
Need more time.
Not bad. Good start. Hits, reflex damage, vortex, waller. Damn. Okay, so we'll leave that pack out of that. Lead that pack. Move a bit. See what else we have. The damaging the normal mobs is good. That means, you know, we can still get some. The walling is a bit of a concern. But we are killing the mobs, so it's not too bad. Oculus. Got to stand in the Oculus during cold. Or as much as possible actually. But aim to be in it during cold, so you can sort of like bait some of the area effects. So yeah, it's okay. We're killing mobs. It's not as if we aren't. So a bit slow, but it was in the Oculus, so not iffy for that. Okay, gotta look out for the next Oculus, hopefully. There isn't one, that's alright. Alright, so we made ourselves a primal. Ah! You! That was a waste. Spending a bit much time on this first elite. But we do need some progression in the bar, I guess. Okay, do we have an Oculus? No. Yeah, it's hard with these shield, like they buff the mobs, right? The minions are buffing the mobs, that's why. And the elite itself. Have the Oculus finally. So we're killing the elite finally. Right. In during cold. Yeah, the walling is a pain. Right, okay, cool. So yeah, spend too much time on that, but we'll see what happens. We have a Avenger. Let's see whether we can pull it up here. And this is shield. Okay. Come on. Come on, please. So good. Oh, got hit. Right. Get them together. Mobs are dying like I said, so it's not too bad. It's gonna be a bit of a slog, I feel, if I'm going for the clear. Okay, ammo. Yep, good. Catching up. Skip on this. There's a power pylon that will spawn one. It's close to a. Right, let's just do it. Juggernaut. So with the power pylon should be fine. Yep. There you go. Speed, not ideal. Careful of the boomers. Gonna get speed because I want to kill as much of the while it's in still powerful. CC it a bit. The speed. Illusionist and lightning. There's another mob here. Mobs are dying, like I said, not too bad. Keeping it, trying to keep it on par with time. This dead end. Ah, this guy. Speed's running out, oh my god. Spending too much time on this guy. Oh, the other pack's dying as well, so that's not too bad. Should be able to get a hit with this. Kill this one. This one. Yep. Cool. A hit. Building transportix the mortar. Turn into mortar, not back. Primal? Throw the other pack in. Okay. Shielding is kind of throwing everything off a bit. But now they're finally in a position. Half of them are dead. A bit hairy. Depends. Have you tried the Echoing Nightmares? That mode, if you can get 125 if you can clear it. I'll give you an example soon, but let me just concentrate on this push. This is a good pack. If we can get all these down. Primal? Oh dear, that sucks. Ah man, I must gotten hit by one of the boomers. Ah, that sucked. That would have been able. I would have been able to. Ah, damn. Ah, close one. I needed one more elite, I think. To the conduit and hope for the best. The primal as well. Come on. Die quickly. 40 seconds. 47 seconds. No, I don't think so. Nope, didn't get the primal. (19, 18 seconds. 14. Nah, just missed it. Ah, if it didn't die, I would have gotten it. Ah well. Let's just kill it. At least I get the items from it, I guess. Needed about 10 more seconds, I feel. Or more, actually. Interesting. Yeah, it was weird. It wasn't the best map spawn, and oh, this guy is tough, eh? And I died. Made a. Oh well. It is what it is. Yeah, at least we get the items. So yeah.
I'm still waiting.
Let's see what we can do.
Anyway, for your question, let's see. Aug your gear or try to get better gear right now. Only one for altar. It's any augment if I'm not wrong. So you could literally level a gem to what the minimum for aug is
I'm still waiting.
level 30. So my advice is get level 30, get a legendary, any legendary or whatever it is. Ancient, right? It's an ancient. And just sack it. Right? You don't need to get what do you call it? Full on augments, right? You could just level up any level 30 gem and then just sack it. Right? It works.
Not ready
Right?
yet.
And then if you do the Echoing Nightmares mode, right? And if you can pass it, that's 125 gem right there for you to augment. So you basically start at base 125 for all your augments once you're ready. So get more of these, save these up. Sort of like you need like 13 for every single
I'm
piece,
still
right?
waiting.
And to do that altars part, just level up a level 30 gem and just sack that one. That's my advice. Yeah.
Not ready yet.
Right. Try again. Hopefully we get a better map. I'm not gonna fish too long, it's getting a bit late. Maybe I'll try 1 or 2 more times and then after that, gonna call
I'm
it.
still waiting.
Right, let's go. Oh, why do you... I mean the map's okay, but why do you have to spawn with this irritating effect? No worries. I'm glad to help. This is just hard to see. Power pylon straight off the bat, okay. Let's see whether we can draw some attacks in. Okay, so it's this direction. This, I don't see any elites, so it's 1 pack, 2 packs with the elite that spawns from the... Alright, okay, let's get this. Quick spawn. Waller though. It is a powerful, so it shouldn't be shouldn't matter so much. So the minions have died. Most of them. Guy. Cool. Cool. It's good. Start. Back these along as much as I can. Not worth that much in progression, but just don't like the screen. It's really... Oh, another primal. Okay, then we're gonna stay here. use of the powerful as much as you can. Oh, it's gone really. Okay. Alright. Is that? There you are. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, that was close. What are you? Vortex electrified minion. Okay. It's definitely doable. The two of them. Okay. So there's a pulse as well. Alright. Let's do this. Perfect. Trying to get hit as much as I can, though that's kind of difficult. Don't run. Why are you running? There's a juggernaut. That's why we're not dead. Okay, let's see whether we can pull some more mobs. No need for the Oculus. The exit's right there. Right, doing good, doing good. Why is the effect still here? God, I'm doing my head in. Right, got one. Right. Got a shield. If I can get the shield. Right. Just sit here. Gotta stay here during cold. I really want to kill the spinny boys. Two elites here. One down. Come on. Two. We've already used two pylons, so we only have one more to go. to make full use of this. Try to get this before the shield ends. Shield's ended. Good. What else we have? Raft. Cool. What are you? 2, okay. Let's throw them here. Oculus doing hold in. Illusionist. That's not what I want, but bring them here with the other one. Mob density is good though. Where is my Oculus? I can't even see it. There. Chance. Okay, there is a. Right, we could do this. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, channeling. Just sit. You only need to kill one. Okay, we can just kill the mobs. We don't even need to kill the elites. Packs will do it. Stand here. Easier if I can kill an elite though. Oh, did that happen? Okay. I can't even see my Oculus anyway. Yeah, and it's gone. Good. Possible. 29. Come on. Spawn, come on. What do you got enough time? Do this. Wow, just the last percent. There you go. Alright. Had to do that because I had to stand in the primal ring. Oh, this is gonna be hard because of the walls it's putting up. Gonna be tight. Yes! Nice.
Not ready yet.
Thank you, Darth Moods. Thank you for... wow. That's more painful than it needed to be. Thank you for the follow, Darth Moods. Yeah, that was more painful. Like
I'm still
I said
waiting.
earlier in the stream, I'm not fishing for it. I'm just going to try with every single one. And that's why it was more painful than it needed to be. But,
Not ready yet.
woof. Cool. So we've cleared. I know, right? Like,
I'm still
oh,
waiting.
I think most of my clears so far have been like within the last 2 or 3 seconds. So there is that. Cool. All right. So 137 it is.
Need more time.
Oh, is it 13? No, that was 138. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Hello.
Ah, okay.
I'm still waiting.
Yes, I am. I'm using the full 6 set and with 2. Nah, it's a full
Not ready yet.
6 set only because I rolled a primal Raps of Clarity. I wanted to use that. I know I could use Guardians for these two. It's a possibility, but
Need more time.
getting Guardians will require farming a lot of bounties, which I absolutely hate. I might, uh, you
I'm
know,
still waiting.
so yeah. I pulled this yesterday as well, so this is very nice. Right off the bat, it was Abyss. So pretty much just
Need
farming
more time.
Paragons to get enough levels and to be able to do this. Nice. Yeah.
Not
That's the
ready
thing
yet.
about Guardians. If you if you're unlucky and you don't get the right stats, right, you have to keep on farming bounties, which is what I really hate as well.
Need more
So
time.
yeah, so I was very lucky to get this Reps of Clarity, and then I said, okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Yeah, and I didn't wait to get
I'm still
a
waiting.
Vala's Behest as well. I tried for the Fortress Ballista, got it straight away, and then I mean as the primal, and this is the crafted primal, so not too bad.
Not
Yeah.
ready yet.
Ooh, still a bit stuck over that. Okay, let's bring this up higher.
Need more time.
Nice.
I am returning to town.
Yeah, I think if you follow the guides, but not to a T or max roll, right? Like they pretty
Not
much tell
ready
you what
yet.
to do.
I should press my luck.
Nice. Yep. So another 20 levels I can push again, I feel. But seeing as how
I'm still waiting.
iffy that was, maybe, every 100 paragons would be um a bit hard. But yeah, yeah, I can show you. Let me just clear this first. Um, I don't have a. Oh wow, that's a very good Traveler's Pledge if I was using it. Decent, actually. No, it doesn't have any of the elements, but 99 crit damage is quite a boost. So these are trash. Right, so let me show you my push build, which is the full 6 piece set, and then this is pretty much Abyss as well already. Like the stats are correct. The only thing bad about this one is it doesn't have all resist, but then again, it's fine as it is. Uh, this has the primary sort of the power is at 200, so that's really good, and they are the right stats as well. These are the right stats. These are the right stats. This is missing a area damage. So I'm currently trying to roll for a better one for area damage with crit crit. I have a very bad squirts in that it's not an ancient, but otherwise the stats are correct. And this is the primal, and the restraint is also not ideal. It needs to be crit crit area damage, same as here, crit crit area damage. Haven't gotten those two. Haven't gotten that lucky. And the rest of them are just pretty much this is crafted, this is not. The I got one more primal, but it is a squirts with the right stat. Should I salvage or keep it? I would say use it for now, if you can, right? And see your luck. Because squirts, getting a primal for squirts, if it's the right stats, congrats. It took. You can see like I've wrote. Uh, well, there's 2 here, and there's all of this. I haven't gotten a primal yet, and these are all bad stats as well. You really need a cold crit crit if you can. Yeah, right. And you got a primal, congrats. I think keep it because it's that hard to get. You know what I mean? Yeah. I will change to my speed rift set. So pretty much I crafted the Yangs as well, Dafmuts, and then this because it's a what do you call it? It's a quick build, right? It's a quick rift build. I used the Series Satchel, but I didn't really concentrate on getting very, very good stats on it. As long as the Hungering Arrow power is like above 590, it was all right, And yeah, I mean you can, but then if you it depends on what your main hand is. I use the Yang Yangs because it's just 600. Yeah, it's the max. Yes, 600. But I use the Yangs, and that's why it's just smoother. I feel like in terms of like speed rifting, right, or even just farming like regular lifts or even bounties, right? The Yangs is more than enough, right? You don't really need the dual sort of like one-handers, and because they kill too fast or they're too powerful, in fact, right? I found that you lose your hatred too quickly, right, for one-handers. So I stuck to the Yangs because of the resource reduction, right? It makes it so much smoother across anything. It's very multi-purpose. Right? Everything else remains pretty much the same, right? And what I use Dawn, obviously, depth diggers, and then conversion of elements, right? For speed rifting. But if I change to the regular farming one, it becomes even, you know, less of a need to, because you have like go rep for inbounds for go picking up go, you ring around grandeur, because I run with a broken crown to get extra gem drops, right? And, position arm guards to in case you break stuff, because GOD shoots everywhere. You keep moving faster, and that's the whole point. You know, Stone of Jordan for elites, and Rachel's Link lastly, again just for, you know, to make it faster and stuff like that. Right? You want Boon of Hoarder, obviously, and I swap away the Bane of the Trap with for Lastly, if I'm not wrong. Yep, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty standard. Yeah. Cool. All right. Uh, I think what I'll do is I'll try to get the 20 levels off stream, and then probably next week, I will try pushing again directly at 1.7, and then after that, keep on farming for Saturday or something like that, and then after that, see where we go. Right? Unfortunately, it is quite late for me, so I think I will call it here. Right. Thank you again, Darth Moods, for the follow, JK, and Grassman. Thank you so much for dropping by today. I hope to see you. I'll see whether I can get a midweek stream of something else, another game, or if not, I will see you next weekend on Saturday then. Yeah. Yeah, yep. I'll see you at Hunt 40. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. I'll catch you later.